Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, and you don't ever know what you're gonna get up here, but I'll always give you the truth. But today's video, I hadn't planned on filming anything today, but I was kind of going through my palettes and pulling out. You know, I've got this thing I was gonna do for October, so I was, kind of looking through my palettes, and I forgot that I'd even had this. The Huda Beauty Naughty palette. I've swatched it a bunch of times, but I don't even think I've ever really wore it out. But that's what it looks like. And then I remembered that I had got this palette not long ago. I got it at Ulta, and it was $6. $6, y'all, for this big thing of eyeshadows, just to show you the comparison of this is a Huda Beauty one, and so many of the colors look alike. Now, this is all going to be a first impression. I have not swatched any two side by side, but upon first glance, they look alike. They look like I can save you some money if you want to. So, I wanted to do an eye look with them and see if, in fact, they are dupes. So, let's see. Let me clean my little area off right here. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my face on, and then I'll come back and we'll do the eyes. Alright. See you in a minute. Hey, guys. I'm back. I put on my base makeup. And I used, for primer, it's still in my primer drawer. I just was standing up there as I did it. But I used the Henrickson Banana Bright face primer on my face. And then I went in with a little bit of e.l.f. The Halo Glow. And I let that sit for a little while. Then I went in with my, did I move it already? Nope, here it is. My Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 122, Creamy Beige. And for my concealer, I went in with Marc Jacobs Extra Shot. I love this concealer. Now, how I put this on today, a little bit different than I normally use. I usually use a foundation brush or a sponge, but today I used a stipple brush, and I just put a tiny amount on my hand of the foundation, and I picked it up, and I just swirled it around my face like this, and I liked it. It didn't cake it up there. It gave me the coverage that I needed. I didn't even need to set my face. I did the same thing with the concealer. I put it with the, this concealer wand, and then I just took this brush, and I just, went like that, and sheared it out and put it where it needed to go. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with y'all. And as far as powder for setting, I didn't bring any powder up here, but I just grabbed my powder brush that I normally use, and whatever was on it, I just did this number right here. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Now, for bronzer, I pulled out my LA Girl Matte Bronzer. This one's in the shade Back to the Beach. And I want to use this again. And I used MAC Paint Pot to prime my eyes. That's what I had up here. I really am enjoying this bronzer a lot. I mean, in terms of blendability, color, it is very, very much reminded me of the Marc Jacobs Tentastic, whatever, that big old blush that Marc Jacobs Beauty came out with, but now don't sell anymore. But I loved that. I mean, I bought backups of that when I found out they were ending or shutting down, when I could have just waited. I mean, I think this was $10, but I think when I got my backups of my Marc Jacobs, I think they were $12. So, you know, I got bronzers for days. I need to declutter that, but I haven't tackled it yet. For blush, I brought out Nars Orgasm. So I was talking about it in a video the other day, where I swatched something. I don't remember what it was now, but I swatched it, and it swatched like Nars Orgasm, but it didn't go on. It didn't look like that on the face. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of this. And a little bit on this side. And I like to use a stippling brush for this too. This is a Shop Miss A, AOA stippling brush. The other one, what was this one? The one I used for my foundation was a Japanese. It came from a TJ Maxx. I have quite a few stippling brushes. I do enjoy them. Okay. Now, I am going to do just a little bit of glow. And I pulled out my Bobbi Brown. This is an oldie. This is Pink Glow. And I don't know if you can see. I tried to turn the auto focus off, but it's kind of pink here. And then it's got this white right there. But, I mean, it makes for a pretty highlight. So, let's grab my highlighter brush. And I normally just take and swirl in there. And I do both sides so I don't have to keep dipping in. And I'm just going to put a little bit right there. A little bit right there. Nose. I did my brows already. And my lips. Brows, same thing. ColourPop. Banging Brunette. And I used the Brow Obsessive by Wet n Wild, which I officially just ran out of. And for my lips, I lined them in this Kylie Cosmetics. It came in a lip kit. It came with this shade. And this is more nudie. But, yeah. I mean, I keep all my lip liners in a little a little holder up here. So I just grabbed one. But for the actual lips, I used this, which is a Too Faced Melted Matte. This one's in the shade Gingerbread Girl. And it's from last year, something like that. I don't know. It still smelled really good, so, and I like this color. Real pretty fall color, in my opinion. Now, for the eyes. Let me get my mess cleared out. So I got room. Okay. I'm going to start out with, now my eyes are watering naturally. I mean, would it be a complete video without that. So I'm just going to take this. Normally, I use this brush, typically it's a BH brush, to set concealer or either lay concealer down with powder. But in this case, I'm just grabbed it to kind of soak up some of the water. But anyway, let's go in. Let me grab me a brush and try to use as many colors as I can, because obviously the Makeup Revolution palette has more shades in it. But let's see. Let me pull you guys out just a little bit. There we go. I kept feeling like I was cutting off my face. All right. I'm going to start with the shade Filthy, which is this shade. And then in this palette, it's either going to be this one. It's either going to be this one or this one. I'm going to have to swatch them to see, because they look very, very similar. Okay. Loaded it up on my brush. We're going to do Huda on this side and Makeup Revolution on this side. And this is a very light wash of color. I wasn't expecting anything really, but I did want to lay that down. Now, let me see. I think now this is where I'm going to swatch the two. Alright, let's try this one. See what it does. I really was not impressed when I got this Huda palette. I really was not. I mean, I've done more swatching on it than I have anything. I am dipping in the Makeup Revolution one. Turn it on to, that's what that first shade is looking like. Okay, the second shade I'm gonna go in with is, let's see, let's go in with this shade right here called Juicy, and looks like that might be a good match for that. So they are very pigmented. I'm using that same brush and just going over that. I'm just building on the crease now. I know that that first one was more of a purple tone, but I'm covering it up, so, because I want to be able to use more shades than just a plum color. Okay, now let's see, Juicy, what shade did I say was going with this one? They both have excellent pigmentation in them. I have used this bronze palette before. And thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, you get a lot of a lot of shades, even if you have some duds in there. I mean, you got a whole lot. Okay, now I'm going to go into Arouse, which is this shade. And this shade looks to be this shade in this palette. And I'm going to go in with a different brush. And let's see. Get some on my brush here. This is a Morphe M518. It's pretty coral. Coral shade right there. That's pretty. Okay, and I'm doing my color switch, getting it off. And I'm going to come in here and grab that shade. There are more cream to powder shades in the Makeup Revolution palette. I did notice that. Okay. Y'all. I'll dip in a little bit more in this palette and get it more on the edge, just because this edge is sharper, but it was just because I was holding this a little sharp, a little tighter. I'm just going to do right there, just to make it a little sharper. Three for three. Okay, now let's go in and get us a deep shade. And I see the one I want right here. Untamed, just this shade. And it's looks to be this one in this palette. So, let's see. And I don't know how much this palette is now. When I got it, it was $6. But I don't think it's any more than $10 or $15. And Makeup Revolution always has really good sales. Alright, and I'm going to go into this one and pick up that shade. I am not noticing any difference whatsoever in terms of blendability, color, maybe I will dip in this one just a tad more, but this eye is watering, so that could have something to do with it. But I mean, now I'm going to use this was when I first noticed it. So I will swatch this. This shade right here. It's one of those marbled shades. And that's what it looks like blended, or running my finger through it and that's what it looks like. Now, in this palette, that looks, I mean, it literally looks the same in the pan. Now, let's see. I don't remember what it looked like swirled. It's more of a lighter tone. Yeah. So, they look alike in the pan, but not on the eyes. And I have used that shade before. Look, I've already hit pan on it. So, let's see what another shimmer shade could be. Yeah, these two. That's what I thought. Yep, I mean, the two I just swatched. It is in the shade Irresistible, this shade, and then it's this shade in this palette. So, let me get me a flat brush and go in. Might better do, well, no, I did pick up on the brush. I was going to say it might be better to do it on the, with my finger. But, because it went on fine with the brush. That's pretty. Okay, now let's come in with this one, and it picks up good on the brush. I'm not finding any difference. At all. All right, let's see. Let's do another one to be fair. Let's see. Let's see what this brown looks like. Is there one in here that looks like that? I think, well, we're going to go in with this shade, Please Me. And I'm going to put it back here. But I do want a smaller brush for that, because I want it to be a little bit more precise in how I'm placing it. Ooh, I put it on the wrong eye. Let me use this because this eye's watering fiercely. Just gonna put that kind of, not at the very end. Okay, that doesn't look good with the finger swatch. I mean with a brush on it. So, let's go in with this brown. And this is these are so creamy. The Makeup Revolution are. See, I can see where I've put it on this eye, not so much on this eye. So I'm gonna go back in the Huda side. Okay, now let's put us the inner corner. And I'm going to go in with Tantric. And then in this one, going in with that one. Alrighty. This is a cream one. So, let's see. Put that there. Sparkly. Sparkly. And come over here. And same thing. Alright, y'all. This is the eyes. Using a 50 or 60, I think this was $69 originally. This versus this at $6. This is the, if I didn't say, it's the Maxi Reloaded Infinite Bronze is what this looks like. And of course, this is the Naughty Nude palette. So, there you go. That is my take on this. Definitely would skip on that. This is all in here, in my opinion. Okay, guys. Be beautiful. Be kind. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.